Okay, so if you look at output 15, the next to last example on the page has the question of, is highest level of education, which is variable Q33, correlated with teacher career ladder level? In other words, your education level being high school, some college, college plus, master's, doctorate. And then career ladder level will be novice, expert, master. My question really, without running that, is which correlation coefficient would you select and why? If you remember, you run Pearson when you have continuous variables, and you run Kendall or Spearman when you have categories. So you would run Kendall in this case, or Spearman, because you have categories, degree level, they're in order, and you have career ladder level also in order from novice to expert to master teacher. So all we would do is we go to bivariate correlation again and enter the two variables and select, instead of Pearson, Kendall, for example. So I'm going to just slightly change that question, and I'm going to say, is highest education level correlated with the type of certification that a teacher holds? Is there a relationship between, or what is the relationship between teacher education level and type of certification? So I'm going to go up to correlate, what's the relationship between bivariate, I have two variables, teacher education level and the type of certification they hold. I click bivariate, I'm going to move my other variables back, and I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to find type of certification about 4/5 of the way down. It's Q35, and I'm going to go up just a little bit further, and I'm going to see highest level of education, Q33. Remember, those are categories. The default is Pearson, which is for continuous variables, and I'm just going to click on Spearman because it's appropriate because of the categories. And I'm going to leave Pearson's selected, but the one I would interpret as Spearman. I'm going to leave Pearson selected to make a point, and I click OK. First of all, when I look at the relationship, what I can see is there's a negative 0.216 relationship between types of certification and highest level of education, and that's statistically significant, 0.000. It's a negative relationship. It's 0.3 or less, but it's statistically significant. So that 0.3 or less tells me it's small. The negative sign tells me it's inverse or a negative relationship. So I would say there is a small negative relationship between type of certification and highest level of education. So let's go back into the database and see what that really means. I'm going to scroll down and find those variables in my variable view. And I'm going to go down, and first I will find Q33. And there it is. And so I need to look at those values. A 1 means less education level. A 5 is increasing up to a master's plus. So as the number goes from, well, that 7 throws it off. As the number goes from 1 to 6, education level goes up. So then I want to find my other variable, which was Q35, type of certification. A 1 meaning a regular certification, 2 meaning temporary, and 3 meaning not certified. So lower education levels, remember I had a negative correlation. A lower education level, because of the negative correlation, is more likely to be non-certified, a smaller number to a bigger number. A regular certification, the lower number in one file, is more likely to have a higher education, the bigger number in the other file. So it's a small negative relationship, and to really understand the relationship, you need to look at what the numbers represent within that particular variable.